All right. Do we have a jingle?
Uh,
LOL!
That's what she said.
Yeah, yeet.
Hola.
All right. Welcome to Sevy's and Tacos talk about Reddit things.
I have convinced Taco to do some Reddit readings with me because I enjoy that content, and I thought it would be funny to find stuff that I thought Taco would find amusing and read them to you guys and to Taco.
Oh shit! Sorry. One second. I gotta get chat. Oh, where's chat
Yeah.
now? There you go. Okay, we're good. Sorry.
All right. And thinking of what Taco finds funny, I bundled up some Reddit stories that were the first titled for me body warfare, but usually just something shit related, right? You right? Any reaction?
I was
Maybe drinking
thirsty.
hard. Okay. All right. I'll just get it started and you listen with your whole brain.
What?
Come on.
Got him. Yeah,
Okay,
yeet.
listen. Listen. This is from the subreddit called Today I Fucked Up. And the title is Today I Fucked Up by Attempting a Death Dive at a Student Kickoff with Irritable Bowel Syndrome. This happened a few years ago, but the embarrassment still haunts me. I had just moved to a new city to start university, and as part of our fadderuken, get to know you week, uh, yes, get to know you week, all the new students were invited to a local water park for a massive kickoff event. I didn't know anyone yet, and I figured this was my chance to make an impression, both to make some friends and impress some of the girls in bikinis. Not so often you get that chance in Norway. Before the main event, a death diving competition kicked off. We had all been hanging out, getting to know each other, and of course, drinking a few beers. By the time it was my time to turn, what? No. By the time it was my turn to take the leap, I was feeling pretty tipsy, which in hindsight was a recipe for disaster considering my IBS. For those who don't know, death diving is where you jump from a high platform, spreading your arms and legs out like you're about to land on your belly, and then just before it happens, you curl into a ball just before you hit the water. It's supposed to look daring and epic, but in my case, I got it's to turn into a complete nightmare. Standing at the edge of the platform, I could feel my stomach rumbling ominously. My gut was practically screaming at me to back off, but with a head full of beer and a crowd of students watching, and some of the pretty girls also, I ignored it. I leaped off the platform, arms and legs flung wide, feeling like an absolute champion until I hit the water. The impact was like a shockwave through my entire body, and and that's when it happened. The second I hit the water, my bowels decided they'd had enough. It was as if the combination of beer, adrenaline, and my IBS triggered the worst possible reaction. I felt an immediate warm release, and I knew instantly that I had just crapped myself. Not just a little, but a full on emptying. As I surfaced, I could feel the contents of my accident spreading in the water around me. Oh, that's so nasty.
No, no.
I hoped and prayed that maybe no one would notice. Many, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't that noticeable. But the looks on everyone's faces quickly shattered that illusion. The water around me was visibly colored, and the smell. Oh God, the smell
Oh my
hit almost
god.
immediately. People were recoiling, backing away from me, like I was some sort of toxic spill. The realization spread like wildfire through the crowd, and before I knew it, the pool was being evacuated. I was left standing there, dripping wet, surrounded by what can only be described as a biohazard, with everyone staring at me in horror and disgust. I
Oh, that's
scrambled out of the
disgusting.
pool as quickly as I could, my face burning with shame. Any hope of making a good first impression was flushed away along with the contents of my bowels. If anything, I became infamous for all the wrong reasons and not exactly the way you want to kick off your university years. Yes.
Oh, that sucks for him. Jesus.
What would you do if that were you in this situation? You just shat yourself in a pool in front of all of your new classmates.
I would go to a new school.
Yeah.
I'd
You
be
would be
like,
known
yeah, I'm
as
done here.
Shit
It's
Taco.
all right.
Yeah.
Next school.
No, this is nasty.
This is fucking terrible. Dropping out 100%.
Imagine just like, since it's a pool, because when I first read it, I thought it was like maybe an open body of water, but at the same time, it's Norway, so it's probably a heated pool.
Yeah.
But like, it's a pool, it's so see through, you can see anything that is happening. Like the shit.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yes. Okay, this one is a big one. Let me take a sip. The next one is also by Today I Fucked Up. And the title is Today I Fucked Up by Misunderstanding What World's Strongest Coffee Actually Meant. Another shit story, guys. Buckle up. Okay. So technically, this was on Monday, but definitely one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life. So, for context, I absolutely love really strong dark coffee. There's a running joke amongst my friends that I drink jet fuel because I brew it so heavy. For whatever reason, that strong flavor psychologically gives me kind of a dopamine rush. It wakes me up
Probably the
before the
caffeine.
caffeine hits. Yeah, probably. Anyways, on Monday, I had a really important client meeting and my boss had flown into town for said meeting. So I had to meet her at the hotel pretty early in the morning and it was across town. So I had to get up way earlier than usual and was not having it that morning. Since I was not handling waking up early and kind of in a rush, I hurriedly, oh my god, hurriedly made my coffee and made it strong. At the store, I had come across this coffee called Death Wish, which was coined as the world's strongest coffee at one point. So I cracked it open, gave the filter a heavy fill, and scurried away to do other morning tasks. I was really excited to try it. In my mind, strong was synonymous with the actual taste, not the caffeine content. For context, the company doesn't release the actual caffeine content, but tests show that a 20-ounce cup ranges from 300 up to 750 milligrams depending on how you brew it.
The fuck? That's a lot.
And judging by my not so light brewing habits, I'm sure that number was far closer to the 750.
How much is 20 ounces?
Let me see how much is 20 ounces. A 566 gram milliliter, I guess.
And it's
Yeah,
got 700 milligrams of caffeine? Holy shit, what kind of coffee is he getting?
I I don't know. As I'm going about my morning, I'm hammering it down pretty quickly. Slightly disappointed, it was strong, but not what I was expecting out of the world's strongest, but hey, whatever, it works. After the first few sips, I look at the clock and realize I'm running out of time, so I say fuck it and just take the coffee with me to the shower where I can finish it off. A few minutes into my shower while I'm lathering up and jamming out to Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, as us dudes who are married to Swifties do, I started absolutely buzzing. At first, it was kind of like that little tremble, and I'm just like, huh, and cracked it up to drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Over the next few minutes, that feeling gradually increased, and I had a full on shakes and felt hot. At this point, I put two and two together. Strong equals caffeine content. Oopsies. A little concerned, I hop out of the shower, grabbed my phone, and Googled the amount of caffeine and saw that 750 number and was like, oh fuck. This sent me into a full on caffeine induced panic attack. First panic attack of my life. My legs gave out from the shakes and my heart was pounding while I laid in the fetal position on the ground trying to chill myself out. I thought I was having an actual heart attack. At the time, there was a little bit of irony in my mind that as a guy in my late 20s who powerlifts and works out 5 days a week, my cause of death would be via a heart attack caused by being a dumbass and more or less shotgunning 750 milligrams of caffeine. Not the way I thought I'd go, but I accepted my fate in that moment. I called for my wife, who was extremely confused, very concerned, and her being frantic about me being frantic made me feel worse. But when I explained it, she calmed down, realized I probably wasn't going to die, and just said, "Oh, yeah, that'll do it." And just laid on the floor, pet me like our dogs, and handed me her water off the sink counter. Then the farts happened. In my panic attack, I started aggressively farting uncontrollably. Not just regular farts or squeakers, but full blown, ground shaking ass rippers every 5 to 10 seconds. Quite impressive in rapid succession. My wife started dying laughing and just patted me on the head and started saying shit like, there, that's it, honey. Just fart it out. You'll be fine. So I'm glad she got some enjoyment out of it because I was not having a great time laying there buck ass naked and still wet on the bathroom floor in the fetal position, farting uncontrollably and shaking. After about 15 minutes, I chilled out a little bit and realized I was okay-ish, and my wife kept an eye on my heart rate and stuff just to make sure I wasn't actually having a heart attack. For the rest of the day, I was wired and definitely a little traumatized, but now I think it's funny. I ended up missing the meeting, and my boss was a little pissed as she flew down here. But hey, shit happens. Sometimes we're dumbasses and drink way too much caffeine. My question is, who the actual fuck wants that much caffeine at once? Well, that's that.
Nobody wants that because you're
Nobody
gonna
does.
get that. You,
Yeah.
you're gonna you're gonna get a fucking
No, but
overdose of caffeine. You know.
he, oh my God. He said 12 ounces is in a cup, not 20. 12 ounces. That's that's 340 gram. 12-ounce cup ranges from 300 up to 750 milligrams. How the fuck?
Where did he get this coffee?
It's just crack, dude. What the fuck? Sounds crazy. Yeah, no.
That's uh like 4 big Red Bulls
Yeah,
worth of caffeine.
in like a couple sips.
Yeah, that's
That's
nuts.
crazy. Well, all right. Next, today I fucked up. You ready?
Yes.
Today I fucked up by accidentally sharding at Sky Lagoon.
Who?
Sky Lagoon. I don't know what that is. Let me Google it. I found those last minute. Oh God, that's a thermal bath in Iceland.
Oh.
Again, a water farting situation or sharding. But this one's short. And also the first comment on that one is, I don't think a week of torture could get this information out of me. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I haven't read this one yet. This was a last minute one. My sister and I rented a camper van and rode around the Ring Road in Iceland for a week. Food in Iceland is expensive, so we bought a bunch of boxed mac and cheese and ramen, and that's pretty much all we ate all week. We got to Reykjavik and spent our last day there. We indulged in hot dogs and kebabs and other various Icelandic street foods. We ended our day at Sky Lagoon. We checked everything off of our bucket list except seeing the geyser. A geyser? Is that right?
Geyser, yeah.
My sister felt sad about that, so trying to make light out of the situation, when I felt a fart brewing in the lagoon, I guess the Icelandic hot dog got the best of me. I looked at her and said, "Look at this geyser," and proceeded to let my fart rip. Unfortunately, it was more than a harmless blast of air. Brown liquid erupted from my hole and surrounded us. We looked at each other with a shocked look and scurried off. The people around us looked appalled, and someone went and reported it to staff. I was horrified as well to the point where he left after only being
What
there
up,
for an
Lovito?
hour. I feel really bad for the people that were there and also for making my sister leave early. She's not mad and we're laughing about it now, but today I fucked up by letting my geyser erupt at Sky Lagoon.
Jesus Christ. How do you not feel like you're gonna fucking shit yourself?
Look at this geyser, dude.
Look at this guy, sir. Totally.
Okay. This one I only took because that guy kind of sounded like you, minus the bicycle. No, and minus the action that he did, but it just what he ordered, right?
Okay.
Today I fucked up by trying to be goofy and breaking my arm.
I'm
Uh, s-
breaking his arm
yeah,
on purpose?
I guess we'll find out. So it was a little after lunchtime, and I wanted to get a burrito down the street. I hop on my bike and head down to the taco shop. I grab my giant carne asada burrito with extra sour cream, guac, and salsa and begin my ride back. I see my neighbor, who is also my crush, out on the porch and decide to raise my fist up high in the air and yell, "Food!" I don't know why I did this. Trying to be silly, I guess. Looking back, I realize how corny it was. Anyway, as soon as I take my hand off of the bike, it gets a bit squirrely around me, and I have to quickly reach down to regain my balance. This quick jerk of the handlebar sends my burrito to go bag straight to the spokes of the wheel, shredding it into a million pieces. Sour cream, guacamole, salsa, napkins fly everywhere.
This sounds like a lie.
You think? I think yeah. If you have a full on bag, it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't shred, right? It would just
No.
stop your motion.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Yes.
I also fly straight over the handlebars and onto my face, breaking my arm. You found Okay. I was so embarrassed that I didn't even let her drive me to the hospital. 30 minutes later, I'm sitting in the ER covered in Mexican food and starving. I wanted to die. Don't even ask me what I said to the doctors when they asked me what happened. So we're giving him the "you're a liar" stamp.
Look at this guy. You were so confused. Eat more tacos, man.
Taco.
Sorry. Potato, thank you for the resub. Uh well, at least about the shredding part. I think yes, the bag could have gone in the wheel and that's why he fell and broke his arm. But
Yeah.
he's lying about the taco going, the burrito going through the lawnmower for sure.
The lawnmower?
Yeah, the lawnmower effect.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I don't know. Someone asked also in the comments, "How old are you?" And the guy comments 41.
Well, 41-year-olds can eat taco too.
No, I'm just, considering the whole situation. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's just a goofy little guy. Just living in his goofy little burrito world. Who knows? Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. I don't. Okay. I have two to choose from,
Okay.
or both if you want to have both. One of them is called Poopgate.
Okay.
Just Poopgate. And the other one is called, as I said earlier, Am I the asshole for farting on a guy's dick? Do you want?
The farting on the dick.
All right. Let's see. I, 24 female, can't believe I'm typing this right now. 2 nights ago, I was spending the night at a guy's, 28 male, house who I met on Hinge 2 weeks ago. We really hit it off and had been spending nearly every day since we met. Anyways, we were cuddling late at night and he starts kissing my neck, trying to initiate spicy time. We were both fully clothed. He was spooning me. I was a little drunk and accidentally let a small toot slip. He immediately pushes me off and says, "Ew, you farted on my dick." And all this other crap and didn't want to touch me. I tried awkwardly laughing it off and going back to snuggle more, but he pushed me off again. I curled up and on the other side of the bed and pretended to have fallen asleep because I was mortified by what just happened. I was literally up half the night feeling anxious about the whole thing. The next morning, I'm hoping he's forgotten about it and we can move past it. He brings it up and says, "I borderline almost got the ick from you." My heart sinks in my chest. I literally wanted to crawl in a hole and die of embarrassment. He said a few more things about it. I went home that day and my entire day was ruined because I was so mortified. I ended up texting him later that day to break the ice and said, "Hey, I'm sorry about what happened. I hate the fact that I grossed you out so much." He said it was okay. I then told him that I felt like he overreacted and he made me feel really embarrassed and shitty. All he said was, "Sorry, I don't like being farted on." I was like, "I understand, but but do you understand how it made me feel?" And he never really acknowledged that or anything. He told me I'm lucky because 90% of girls could have done it and he would have gotten the ick and cut off the relationship. What? I was really annoyed by the fact that anyone would cut a relationship off or something like that. He also eventually said, "It scares me for our future if this is how you react to tiny things like this." I said, "Yeah, same here. You freaked out over a tiny fart." Anyways, we got into our last night over text, and I asked him over and over if we could chat on the phone or in person about this because I wanted to salvage our relationship.
So
He
they had
ignored.
been together for a while then?
No, they just met on Hinge 2 weeks ago.
What the fuck? Okay.
He ignored me for the rest of the night. I couldn't sleep because I was stressed, and he wouldn't answer me. We started fighting a bit earlier today, and I just got so frustrated and fed up that he wasn't listening to me and ended up blocking him. Well, I I don't know. I don't think that's so deep. I don't know. This guy's weird. Also, their relationship is not that deep.
Not at all. They met 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. They met 2 weeks ago, and she let out a toot. I mean, sure, it was accidental. Like, what the fuck?
Guys, what would you do if a girl farted on your dick? Or a
Yeah.
man? Depending.
Right. Are we waiting for answers?
Yes.
Oh,
I have background music on, don't worry.
okay.
Hey! What the fuck?
What?
Potato
Oh,
farted on me.
2 weeks. I think it's better for her to move on.
Sounds
I'd rip
good,
one right.
Lovis.
I'd rip one right back at her. Hell Dutch. What? Hell Dutch over her ass? I need to get the chat closer to me. I can't see. I'm old.
Yeah. That's why people use glasses.
Brother. Ugh. Dax, you don't like being farted on, dude? Fucking weirdo. He's probably the guy.
He is. Was that you, Dax?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's
You want to
very
hear?
common. It's called wind tunneling.
Wind tunneling that dick.
Hell yeah, wind tunnel that dig, bro.
All right. You want to hear about Poopgate?
Sure.
That's the last one, guys. Wait. Put this here. Trigger warning contains a lot of shit. For many years, my boyfriend, now 27 male, lived in a house with his friend, male, now 27 male, out on the edge of town near the woods. Important to note, my boyfriend also has two dogs, an older female pit mix and a young male Rottweiler. The house had a huge backyard, and together their friend group would have an annual beer Olympics party during which they would invite a ton of friends to come over, form groups, and compete in various drinking games in a bracket-style competition. The games included beer pong, a case race, flip cup, and many other games using the space in the backyard. The last beer Olympics my boyfriend and I attended was a few years ago. My boyfriend decided to be the official referee for the games. The games kicked off around noon. Meanwhile, I was at work until about 5 p.m. that day. When I got off work, I went to the party and joined in on the fun, but stayed sober to keep a watch on my boyfriend's dogs during the party. When I got to the party, most of the attendants were quite intoxicated already, but everyone was having fun and games were still going strong. I mingled with friends and played fetch with the dogs in the backyard until eventually the party started winding down and most people had left. There was still a few people hanging around as the sun began to go down. At this point, I was still playing with the dogs and began walking around the yard picking up empty cans or garbage left on the ground. My boyfriend had joined me in this, and after a little while, once the sun had fully set, we turned our phone flashlights on and continued clearing the yard of trash. At this point, it was pretty dark, and when a Rottweiler began barking at something near the corner of the house, we quickly walked over to check it out, assuming it was a fox or some other small animal from the woods. As we approached, the shadow kept getting bigger. Finally, getting close to the source, we realized it was a friend of ours, pants down, squatted over in an almost birthing position, grunting. When he saw us, he quickly pulled his pants back up and tried explaining himself in the strangest, most uncomfortable and vague terms I think he could muster. He was mumbling and said something along the lines of, yeah, sorry, I just, well, had to, double down. To which, of course, my boyfriend and I, completely shocked, began laughing. We asked, what do you mean? To which he replied, like twice out. At this point, we were dying laughing. We reminded him there was a fully functional bathroom inside, and he was welcome to use it. He quickly left the party, and we were left with the realization that we just caught our friend trying to take a poop on the side of my boyfriend's house. We laughed for hours talking about doubling down and twicing out, which maybe these terms others use, but it was our first time hearing such things. That night, I told the story to my close group of friends, knowing that one of my friends was close with a pooping guy. After a few days, our mutual friend messaged and said the poop guy denied the whole thing happening. Well, it for sure happened and is forever ingrained in my memory. My boyfriend and I still every now and then refer to the story as Poopgate, as it became this scandal that the poop culprit still heavily denies. What's What's even funnier is that a few days after the incident, my boyfriend told me since he had thought about it that the year before, this after, wait, my boyfriend told me since he had thought about it that the year before this, after the previous Beer Olympics party, he recalled finding a weirdly large poop in the yard following that party, and even though he knew it was too big to belong to one of his dogs, he wrote it off, thinking maybe one of the dogs had a bigger dump than normal. But giving the evidence of left during Poopgate, we can only assume that Poop Guy was a serial pooper, and maybe it is his weird little party quirk. That's so nasty.
Like his own little tradition to leave a dookie in the
Ooh,
yard.
dude,
Imagine.
that's so nasty. Imagine finding your buddy just like doubling down on the corner of your house.
Well, I would just laugh because like, fuck, you're that in that of a hurry. Like, why? He could have just been like, fuck, I couldn't hold myself. You know,
Right.
I had no chance. It was now or never, or now or in the
I
pants.
mean, yeah, I mean, that would be like a valid explanation if he then were the person to also pick it up, But if he is a serial wild pooper in another person's yard that he knows,
Yeah, Kind of weird.
That's so nasty. Also, like the boyfriend had picked up the guy's poop the year before because he
Yeah.
thought it was a dog poop.
Well,
You know?
it could have been a dog poop. Like, you know.
Yeah, I guess. If you have a Rottweiler, they probably shit huge.
The hooge.
He didn't want to use the bathroom in the party because he was going to be that guy. I guess. But like rather the toilet than the yard.
And he could have just opened the window and stayed in there for like 10 extra minutes, you know, if he didn't want it to smell.
Right.
Like there's no reason for him to go outside and shit.
That's not a valid alternative.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I would have just gone to the toilet, man. I do
Right.
have a friend that is very, very poop shy, or was
Yeah.
at least. And he would only poop home.
I mean, I was that person too.
One time he needed to shit so bad he couldn't hold it anymore, so he had to go on his way back home from like the bus. He had to go into the forest and just take a shit there.
I mean, yeah. But like the forest is fine. You're not on another person's property. Yeah, like you probably are, but like not a private property. You know?
Yeah, but you know, if you have a toilet available, like I get it. If he's like, oh shit, it's coming, and the toilet is in use, you know, okay, I gotta go, you know.
Yeah.
But
No,
why
absolutely.
hide it, you know, like, or like why? That's the weird part. That's what makes it like this guy, you know, has a weird thing going,
Right. Right.
which is
I just
totally normal. It's 2024.
Zach says, I just want to know why bowel movement stories because they're funny. What do you mean?
Why not?
Right. I always, when it comes to these like horror stories of people having like something happening with their shits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always remember that one time I ate cold carne asada at a festival. No, carne asada. Chili con carne. That was horrible. Seriously. There was only these portable toilets and I felt it knocking, dude. I had to run. I just disappeared. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I was like with a whole a friend group, you know? I just disappeared. And I found a bathroom. There was like these, it wasn't even like portable toilets, but it was like almost containers that seemed to have been connected to water. So they were quite nice for a festival. Yeah, I just booked it there. There was no line. I was just like, okay, I have to go. And it was horrid. Like it was actually horrible. And I wanted to leave. I press flush and it doesn't work. And it was horrible. And you know, it happened quickly because I went in. I finished my business without even being able to flush and I heard the next girls walking in because they saw me walk in and thought, you know, maybe this toilet is usable. I was petrified, dude. I heard other people coming in. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I have to disappear. Oh, that was horrible. No. You got a shit horror story?
No, I had to shit once, and it was very have to go now, and I had to go and shit in the woods when I was at work. That's about it. Oh, actually, I do have a shit story now that I remember. I was meeting up with two friends. This was when we were like really young, and I get there, and my friend is sitting in the top of a fucking tree. My other friend standing with a bag, and he's trying to catch my friend's poop with the bag. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? That's a that was kind of weird.
And why did they want to do that?
No clue. I don't think I ever asked. I was like, well, yeah. You know?
Do you think they would deny it if you would ask them today?
No. Oh yeah, I also got another shit story. My friend, I used to live with my buddy when I was in school, and I came home from being on vacation and visiting family in South America, and I was there for like 2-3 months. Came back, and one of the frying pans were like weirdly burnt,
No,
and
no.
apparently they had been drunk there, and they had tried to what was it called? Fry their poop.
No!
I don't know what the fuck they went up to, but definitely
Frying?
I told him, like, why do you have this here then? Just fucking throw it out, you fucking weirdo.
What the hell?
That was kind of weird.
He just kept it in the kitchen?
Yeah.
That's so nasty!
Yeah.
A poop pan?
Poop pan.
Someone shat in the pan and they thought it was smart to put it on fry?
And also it smelled like really like shit there one time. And I was like, fuck, why it smells so much like shit, man? And then he had ran out of toilet paper, and he used two of his socks to clean his ass, and he put it in the fireplace, and he never burnt them.
No. Oh god. I think I remember that one. A poop sock.
Poop sock.
Poop sock. Well, how did you enjoy your first Reddit stories? I noticed that halfway through you started playing again.
No, I wasn't playing. I was just testing something.
So you're playing a video game.
I was testing something
What?
because I was curious.
He's on TikTok brain, guys. He cannot focus on one thing at once.
No, you're the one that has TikTok brain.
What do you mean? I've been sitting here reading you stories and, that's the only thing I've been doing.
And I've been listening and reacting. Why are you speechless, Dax? Don't you fry your poop?
That's how they do it in Norway.
Apparently.
They don't flush, they fry.
They fry. I can't even imagine the smell, man.
Dude.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Like, how do you even end up in that situation?
No fucking idea.
Well, so what do we have planned for next week?
You said you had something.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
it was a ranking.
We're gonna rank the Elden Ring bosses on hotness.
Yes. Yes.
So we gotta get like a tier list thing.
Yeah, well, we'll fix that. Don't worry.
And we need pictures of all the bosses.
I'll fix that. Don't worry. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon the squeezy.
What do you think who's gonna be on like last? Just think.
No, we can't. That's what we gotta figure out next Monday. On the next talk show. With us.
Right.
It says it there.
Right. Okay. Thanks for hang.
Okay. All right, guys. Say bye.
Uh,